was the one thing about Ram that you would still consider, we say he's human, we say he's God, he's somewhere at the core of it, and answer all the questions that I had about Ram. Tough questions. Why did he send Sita out, a pregnant wife? How can a husband do that? Can a husband of today do that? Can a husband of, the weight of king versus husband? It's a tough. I mean, these questions again, right from the day Valmiki wrote this till date, and this book is published. Probably many thousand years this question will be asked. This is an unending question. Of course, there are wiser interpretations, but I have tried to answer that question. I leave it at that. But coming to the one thing that I felt Ram stood apart, in my own, limited wisdom, limited knowledge, or limited exploration. It's a finite exploration. Is that and the Maryada Purushottam Ram? What is Maryada? What is Purushottam? Why you are calling him as Purushottam? What is Maryada? Maryada is a word that is externalized. Okay. It is what we call him. He never considered himself as Maryada. He lived his life to his beliefs. Okay. He knew that he had to follow a path, and he followed it at all costs. But he was not devoid of love. He was not devoid of parent, his emotions as a son or a father or a husband. And I got the answer in a very different place. There's a Tyagaraja Kirtana called, it's sung beautifully by Balamurali Krishna. I'll share that. It's like Oka Banamu. I don't have the full verse again. Oka Banamu, Oka Matalu. So one arrow, one word. So Ram is one arrow. When he fires an arrow, it hits his target. Period. He never wasted an arrow, right from the day he took the weapon till his last day. Second is his word. So for me, that caught me. How do you consider a person great? Leave Ram. We went to that question. If I say something and I stand by it, no matter what, I make a commitment, I promise, and I stick to it, no matter what. Okay. Don't go into the interpretation of it. That is when trust comes. When the word and the deed match all one's life. Ram has never, in my exploration, not a word that he has said, not a deed he has done, are different. That is what Okamatalu means. Okay. That is one word he says, it is as good as done. There's nothing called I will do. It's done. That is the promise he keeps. And every time he knows as a god that when he fired that arrow on Bali, okay, and that is again an interpretation you try to come up with here in another story. He will bear the consequences as Krishna. The Bali, that is the karma link that Ram has. Okay. And then, why would somebody send, what sort of guy would send his wife out when, to a place, to the furthest of, places, however safe she is away from him? Because a pregnant wife the most important person for a wife would be her husband, isn't it? And these two are epitome of love. I mean, Ram Sita, we can talk on and on and on. Given the history of love, given the, given that they have fought and recovered and then, just about starting a life, it is the hardest situation anybody can imagine. Put yourself. I have gone through that myself. And I know how, what a cropper I turned up in that situation. So I am an abysmal failure in the same situation. Okay. So answers came like that. I am zero and he is there. Okay. For him to take that decision, Raj Dharma, what Vajpayee said to, whoever he said to, Okay, it is the hardest thing to hold on to. My word to my subjects, as a king, as a man, when I say a word, I will do that. So my word, over. That's how he ends the conversation.